With the cost of living rising rapidly on a rapid rise, South Africans who use taxis will also have to brace for yet another increase. Santaco will be raising fares soon. Its Chief Strategy Manager, Bafana Magagula, joins us this morning to discuss what the spiraling fuel price means for the taxi industry. Thank you, Mr. Magagula, for your time here on All Angles. Of course, when exactly do you expect that Santaco will increase those prices, and by how much, really?
Thank you very much for bringing us to your studio. The Executive Committee has decided in its meeting held yesterday that associations should continue on the review of their prices, the yearly review, and the National Executive is presently engaged in negotiations with the Minister of Transport and the Minister of Minerals and Energy with regards to looking at not passing too much increase on the commuters as expected by commuters. If we look at what Santaco is supposed to announce, which we are not going to announce presently until negotiations with the relevant ministers is concluded, we're looking at, if we do, it will be unaffordable to the commuters that we know they are already affected by many commodities that they are using in their households, and also that we believe and understand that these communities comes from where we also live, where there are unemployments and so many disadvantages. Therefore, once the negotiations are concluded with the ministers, we will only then pronounce. Presently, what is going on are ordinary price reviews which are happening yearly, which are not related to the effected increases of fuel, which we all know it is very hectic to the taxi industry. It is putting pressure, and the president of Santaco, Mr. Abner Tsepe, has requested the ministers that these negotiations should be fast-tracked in terms of looking at how the taxi industry can be subsidized, or how the taxi industry can be exempted from these levies.
And of course, we know that the commuters are very important in terms of the fact that they rely on your industry so much to get around. But it also is your industry that transports a lot of people, like you say, who actually don't have the means really. Some of them at least don't have the means really, or the money if you do up it. But in terms of your members, taxi owners, etc., how is this pinching their pockets or affecting their pockets?
It is affecting their pockets very negatively. For the benefit of the communities, as I sit in front of you here, I'm a taxi operator myself, and I know and understand how much loss each taxi owner is suffering. However, we are also looking at, if we do increase according to what is happening, obviously we will go more deeper into car repossessions, into more debts, because we will lose more customers. We are trying to keep as much customers as we can, pending what the outcome will be with the ministers. Once those outcomes have come to conclusion, and then we will come and announce if there's a necessity of increasing our prices to match the fuel prices. What we may call upon is that commuters who are still using their vehicles to use taxis, because the more we get them on taxis, and the better for us, because then we are able to at least load more people and make better money, because the more vehicles are parked and the quicker we can get you moving into your offices or into your workplaces, and the more we're making money, and you are saving more as a commuter. We're also making that call to commuters.
All right. And just very quickly and lastly, Mr. Magagula, we just received the news that consumer inflation is going up by 65% rather, 6.5%. So, I'm just wondering your reaction to that. That means life will be even more expensive now in South Africa.
Precisely, it is for that reason that the President, Mr. Abner Tsebe, is in his executive committee yesterday took that decision that the negotiations with the necessary or with the relevant ministers needs to be speeded up so that we can take a decision as to where are we going without just being unreasonably passing these expenses to the commuters. When we go to the commuters and say, now we can't take it anymore, we are sure that everybody will understand. We've taken too much punches of all these fuel increases and fuel levies.
All right. Well, thank you very much. You and I are in agreement with the term punches in terms of this fuel increase that has, been every month, really. Thank you very much for your time. That was Santaco's Bafana Magagula speaking to us there about what the fuel price increases mean for commuters and the taxi industry.